Want me to make a statement, Russ?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a statement. All right, give them a ton of credit. I think Reggie's going to do a great job there. It's a good fit. He's got some good players, and as they come together, I think they're going to have a heck of a year because they're dangerous. They can really shoot the ball from 4 positions, and they're able to switch some defenses as they did in the end of the first half. We did not execute well against the zone at the end of the in the last 6 minutes, and then to our guys' credit, they went out in the second half and defended the same way, even a little better, but just executed better, as shown by the 66% from the field in the second half, and only 3 threes. We only took 3 threes. And again, a little newness in terms of the guys' quick shots against the zone in those first 3 or 4 possessions. Good shooters, but you can't shoot it after 1 pass, because one thing it doesn't do, it doesn't give us any opportunity to rebound. And it's, again, I'm mad that we only get 5 offensive rebounds, but when you shoot 66% in the second half, you only miss 8 shots. Not going to get a lot. But I thought we got good basketball from a lot of guys, so it was a good step for us.
Murph, with a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, didn't have a turnover for a while. I mean,
Yeah.
just, how
And
nice is that to see?
his 1 turnover, I can live with, because he's trying to throw the ball ahead, and that's one thing that we've been working on. You can see we're playing at a faster pace, moving the ball up the court faster. But we talked about, he needs to be 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. You know what I mean? And 4-to-1 is even better. So made some good reads. Again, against the zone, he's not going to maybe get as many assists because he facilitates. He kind of gets the hockey assist, wing to the post, wing to the corner. But I thought, again, 5 for 8 from the field. As I said on the radio just now, I'm mad that he missed those last 2 free throws, because he would have had a heck of a game. He would have had, 13. So he just did. He draws 5 fouls. He plays more physical. 3 defensive rebounds for us. Played a really good game overall. Really good floor game, and he got us into stuff in the second half. He had to recognize man or zone. They were switching back and forth. I thought he did a great job of that.
What was the idea behind the 5-man rotation in and out in the first half?
Well, that was not the plan, but there was no dead ball, and by the time the first dead ball hit, those guys were sucking pond water. We had to get them out. They couldn't, so it was all 5 of them. Because we had 2 guys at the, then there was the 3rd one, then there was a 4th one, and it just kept going and going, and that's why. So they don't write anything. We're not platooning or anything like that. That's just the way that worked out in that particular situation.
Coach, you have to be happy with your free throw shooting tonight, especially in the second half. And 8 out of 9 made by your 2 bigs.
Yeah, so I am. We've spent a lot of time. I say we, our guys have. They've spent a lot of time on it. Again, Captain Positive here. We missed, I think, 4 out of the last 5. But we spent time. We're going to keep getting better at it. Russell, Sam, Byron, those guys. They're all 3 physical players, so they're going to get fouled, and making teams pay, and us getting something out of their fouls is going to be very, very critical for us.
How big was it for Russ to avoid foul trouble early, especially without having McCreary tonight?
Yeah, so it was big, and again, we kind of got out of sorts a little bit in the second half without Jalen. We had to go with Boggs a little bit at the 5. He just hasn't played it for us because we're deep enough. We don't. So, but in the second half, goes unnoticed. Russell's ball screen coverage was tremendous, as those guards are going back and forth and having Russ being able to go up there and hedge at times. Different coverages, him calling them out to the guards was critical. So, when he got the 3rd, I thought Byron came in and gave us a big lift, did some good things. But with all those ball screens, those big guys are running all over the place. And so, 3 or 4 minutes, they need to get a rest and then, kind of rejuice a little bit. And Russ had to stay Byron had to stay a little longer because of the foul trouble. But I thought, again, you look at those numbers, I thought those guys did a lot of good things for us.
Does that, compound them, running up and down the court? You had 23 fast break points.
Yeah.
A lot of chance to get out and run. Does that, as much as that helps, does that kind of, almost hurt the rotation a little bit?
Well, it doesn't hurt the rotation. What it does is it's going to challenge our guys to understand that, as I said after the exhibition game, our strength's in our numbers. And so we need to be able to play 10, 11 guys. And some guys who play better that particular night may play more. All right? And we got to be okay with that. But we were fresh down the stretch because of the subs. And we need that needs to become part of our identity.
On offense, are the Princeton actions that I saw tonight going to be more of your offensive identity?
Yeah, I mean, what it allows us to do is just spread. You can call it Princeton, you can call it point, you can call it, that's what the NBA runs in the 5-out, all those different things. Just a lot. We can play a little more positionless, other than with the 5-man or whoever we have playing at the pinch post, and guys are doing a good job of reading it. And it gives them a lot of freedom. It's organized, but it gives them a lot of freedom. And a lot of our traditional actions and sets flow very well either into that or from that. So it gives us a lot of diversity. And I think it's again, anytime we score over 70, we got a really good chance. And I thought we executed some good stuff today with that.
Can you tell us anything about the availability of Jalen for Saturday's game and why he wasn't here tonight?
He's got a little bit of the flu, not COVID. He's been tested and all that, just congestion, and Doc just didn't think it was in his best interest to play. Hopefully he'll be ready to go on Saturday. He's had it a couple days, so he hasn't practiced the last couple days. We were hoping to maybe get him back for the game, but Doc just thought it would be best to take another day off, rest.
Is there anything specific you guys saw at halftime to make the adjustment to get more in the paint in the second half? Because it was like you said, 3 3-point shots in the second half versus 10 in the first.
Yeah, when they went zone, their wings play really high. So against the zone, you want to play under, below, and behind. We got to play behind a little bit more. And with the lobs, we had 2 lobs against it. We got the ball on some penetration and able to drop it off or kick it to the corner. So it's just human nature to see a zone and guys' eyes light up, all right, time to jack the threes up. You got to get the ball in the paint first. Because we're going to shoot better, too, if the ball goes inside out. So, but we didn't have to kick it out. We were, Sam missed a couple really good looks in that mid-range, which he's dynamite at. So I was really pleased with the execution in the second half.
Anything else, Coach?